South Korea offers cash for vasectomy reversals to ease the declining birth rate. Mariachis attacked a flame swallower as Mexico's disputes between street performers escalates. And a student council apologized over giving away girl groups used water bottles at a talent show. These are the weird stories for Thursday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast. We still going, baby. That's right. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. This is Jonesy, by the way. I don't know who you think it would be. In South Korea, they're offering cash for vasectomy reversals. The city of Seoul plans to offer some financial support. Support should be in quotes here, to Seoul residents seeking to reverse vasectomies or tubectomies in the latest step aimed at boosting birth rates as the dwindling population threatens the long-term vitality of the South Korean capital. I just love these nations that are all about the languishing birth rate, as if that's an issue. All our problems are caused by too few people on this planet. I think a few billion more should fix that. Are you stupid, everybody? So the city of Seoul is taking action. They got big plans. This is what these geniuses came up with. They're going to offer any citizen who wants to reverse their vasectomy or tubectomy 1 million won, which is about $730, to help ease the financial burden of this medical procedure for couples who might want to have a child. So, what an offer. Not affordable housing or anything. $734. We tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas. How about we offer them a third job? That should cover the expenses, right? These idiots. I picture a bunch of politicians or just supremely wealthy people who are so out of touch because they don't have to pay or even be involved in their own child rearing process. They're like, all right, we got one child, right? What's the cost there? About $730, right? We'll just give that to anybody. $700 out there to anybody who takes on $500,000 in debt and years of sleepless nights. Who wants in? Anyone? It's just a good deal, right? The city of Seoul is really serious about this plan too. They've put a total of 100 million won aside for this program. So basically enough for 100 people to get towards their vasectomy. It doesn't even cover the entire cost, by the way. $730 something. A vasectomy is easily over $1,500, so twice this. So what are you doing here? It says, while South Korea has the world's lowest fertility rate at 0.72, the situation is especially dire in the city of Seoul, where every group of 100 women is estimated to produce only 55 babies over their collective lifetimes, the lowest among all major cities. In a separate statement, the National Statistical Office said Seoul is projected to see its population fall to 7.9 million by 2052. That's from 9.4 million in 2022. They're extremely alarmed over there. Many industrial nations are quite alarmed at the declining birth rate. They can't understand what's going on. Why won't our slave class that we stole the future from keep making replacement slaves? We just don't understand it. I mean, clearly the writing's on the wall. It's a great time to procreate. All these idiots. You create an economy where starting a family is not affordable, and then you wonder why nobody is starting a family. It says here, a variety of factors are blamed for the reluctance among South Koreans to have some bebés, including high costs of living, lack of affordable housing. See, they got the same problems we have here. Lack of affordable housing, a huge factor. Probably the number one factor. Is there any world that we could possibly live in where housing is affordable? There's got to be something people can do about this. I don't get it. President Yoon Suk-yeol, did I say that correctly? President of South Korea, Yoon Suk-yeol, said this month in a nationally televised address that his administration plans to launch a new ministry dedicated to dealing with the fertility crisis. I don't think it's a fertility crisis. I think it's an expense. A quality of life crisis is what you're dealing with, and certainly what you need to address if you're ever going to get to the bottom of this. Now, ironically, South Korea used to encourage vasectomies, it says here. In the 70s and 80s, they encouraged vasectomies due to fear the population increase could get out of hand. Well, I got news for everybody. The population is currently out of hand. This is probably what's really behind the housing crisis. Let's do some math. More people, not enough houses. That's a housing crisis. More people, not enough domiciles will create a housing crisis. There's too many people. The price of food is out of control. Why? Too many mouths to feed, among other reasons. There's just too many people already. So, I mean, I don't understand why, major decision makers don't see this. 8 billion we're at? We're at the tipping point, man. I mean, ideally, we should get this population down to 4 billion. That would be amazing. Then everybody could get free healthcare. Everybody could get a free house. Vegetables would be affordable at that point. Sure, then we'll start making some babies, everybody. So get on it, whoever's in charge. I mean, I'm not, clearly. I'm a guy in a closet who, by the way, had a vasectomy. And if you want me to reverse it, you're going to have to do a lot better than $730, man. A lot better. I want $730,000 and the NFL package and a karaoke machine. Mariachis attack a flame swallower as Mexico's disputes between street performers reaches a new high. This story is out of Mexico, obviously. Mexico's often violent disputes between street performers has reached a new level this week when a group of guitar-toting mariachi musicians attacked a flame swallower. I had no idea there were all these violent disputes between street performers down in Mexico. I guess they're sort of like gangs battling over turf. Yeah. You take your maracas to the other side of the street, bro. Keep your maracas off my block if you know what's good for you. I don't want to hear that music. How dare you swallow flames on my block? I know a comedian in Los Angeles who, to make some extra money, he dressed up like Spider-Man on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and was trying to make money taking pictures with tourists. And apparently he was told by the Batman that was his turf to to leave the area. This is my turf, the turf of the Batman. So my buddy, poor Spidey, had to leave the area. He says that they're all super possessive of their block over on Hollywood Boulevard, or their area rather. So you got the Flash on one street or one area who's like, get out of here. I don't know if I'm telling this story properly, but it's something like that is going on, which I find fascinating, and it's sort of related to this story. Now, the story here that I'm reading says, what happened next was predictable, perhaps. According to some security camera footage, the mariachis in their white jackets at first seemed to be winning the battle between them and the flame swallower. They were punching the flame swallower to the ground and kicking him on the sidewalk, hitting him with their guitars in front of a taco restaurant named Hell. Wow, that's a lot there to unpack, okay? Beating him with guitars in front of a taco restaurant named Hell. I want to learn more about this taco place called Hell. I guess they're flaming hot over there, those tacos. I wonder if across the street there's a burrito place called Heaven. The video shows the mariachis, some with clothing in flames, running away. Apparently, the flame swallower doused them with his flammable liquid from a small can and set the mariachi players on fire. The mariachis can be seen in the video quickly shedding their clothing, trying to extinguish the flames. They ran away from the fight at that point. Now, what is behind all of this violence? Well, because competition for tips in Mexico is very fierce, street performers and people such as windshield washers often stake out and they defend their lucrative street corners. Street vendor groups in Mexico City often square off and sometimes pull out guns while they battle over their territory. Wow, that's scary. Now, it does say it's not really clear how the dispute between the flame swallower and the mariachi players began in the city of Morelia. Police say in a statement that nobody was arrested over this, and only the flame swallower had to be treated at a hospital for his bruises from the beatdown that he took. Especially if you get beat with I don't know if there was a tuba involved, but I'd imagine getting whacked with a tuba would be quite painful. And really, you only encounter the tuba in these mariachi bands. The tuba's all been extinguished from virtually every form of music, but it's still a rich part of Mexican music for some reason. I'm not a fan of the tuba. I find the sound of a tuba to be just ridiculous. I mean, tuba players all over the world. What do? If you're learning the tuba in France, they're like, oh, well, you better get ready to go to Mexico. It is the only place that can employ a tuba player. The mariachis are awaiting you. Just watch out for flame swallowers. They will douse you in flames if you step on their turf. Yay! A student council apologized over giving a girl group's used water bottles away as prizes. This story is also out of South Korea. Got 2 South Korean stories. What are the chances? That's because Weird AF News is international, baby. It says a recent festival at a university in South Chungcheong province has sparked some controversy over the sexual objectification of women after water bottles used by the girl group called Oh My Girl were given away as prizes during a talent show. Oh, I see. So they're up in arms about the objectification of what sounds like an all-girl K-pop group. Isn't that what they're created for? To be sexually objectified? It seems it to me. Have you seen the way these K-pop groups dress? I'm shocked. How could anyone objectify these young ladies dressed up as kink fantasy schoolgirls, shaking their backsides, wearing hardly anything? How could anyone... They gave away the water bottles that they used as the prize. Is hilarious. I guess the urine sale tomorrow is off, right? I'm surprised they didn't give away their panties. Okay, so despite apologies from the university's student council and the master of ceremonies of the event, criticism continues to mount. People still can't believe it. I don't know what everybody's so surprised about. They've been doing this forever. You could get, used water bottles from the Tour de France or auctioned off. Mouth guards worn by NBA players have a lot of value. I mean, not that anyone's like sexualizing those objects so much. I don't know. Anyone out there rubbing LeBron James's game-used headband around their Pikachu area? Probably not. This goes way back, man. I heard they used Roman gladiator sweat as an aphrodisiac back in the day. I'm kidding. I didn't hear that. I just made it up. But they probably did, right? They probably did. Elvis's barber, I did hear, though, would save his hair and then sell it at auctions. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. Can anyone back me up on that? I mean, my point is this stuff, people want this stuff. Of course they want it from K-pop groups. There is such a feverish obsession over K-pop groups over there. Like, it's out of control. And I'm sure the participants in this talent show really wanted those water bottles that were used by the Oh My Girl group, Oh My Girls girl group. It says here, after Oh My Girl's performance, the host invited male students onto the stage for a talent show where they were rewarded with the water bottles that the group had just drank from. The host asked one of the male participants, "Whose bottle do you want?" And the student named a specific member. So they even know whose they want. They're fans. They're obsessed with these K-pop performers. They really are over there. It says here, the host and the male student who received the bottle faced criticism. Oh, so they only gave one bottle away to the winner. And they're all facing criticism. In a response to the backlash, the student council and the host issued apologies the following day. On social media, the host explained, quote, "I mistakenly thought it would be a memorable gesture, but it ended up causing some harm. Some students who participated in the talent show expected different prizes, and they were surprised to receive Oh My Girl's water bottles. This happened due to my poor judgment, so please criticize me, not the students." So the host is taking this on. Obviously, if you promised other gifts and you gave this out in lieu of those other gifts, that's not okay, especially if the other gifts were better. And it cost you, because the water bottles probably didn't cost a damn thing. You probably stole them from the green room and then kept the money for the real prizes. That could have happened. And in that case, obviously, that's some poor judgment. But it sounds to me like anyone who participated wanted these girls' water bottles. So, I mean, sounds like everybody was involved on their own volition for the most part. Because who doesn't want the water bottle that was used by a K-pop star, you know? I covered a story about an influencer selling her bathwater, and she sold out right away. I mean, we live in a sick world where people really spend a lot of money on this stuff, you know? Now, of course, there should be an apology to the winner if in a week we discover that he got mouth herpes from the bottle, 'cause that wouldn't be good. Did you check the bottle for diseases? Oh, that's a terrible joke. I don't know. I liked it, though. Anyways, what do you guys think of this giving away bottles that were used by girl groups in these sorts of festivities? I mean, if everybody signs up for it, you know, and it's all consensual, I don't see a problem. I don't know. Maybe you think it's gross. Call the show, 646-450-2012. By the way, I just want to let you know that I'm going to be giving away a coffee cup that I drank from to one lucky winner. Don't fetishize this object, okay? If I find out you fetishized my used coffee cup, you know what I'll do. I'll sell more coffee cups on my website, weirdafnews.com, to the highest bidder. You do what you want with the coffee cup. It's yours at that point. You want to rub it on your bum? Go ahead. Yay! Hello, my friends and loyal listeners of the Weird AF News podcast. Thank you. Thank you for having a little sit down with your buddy Jonesy. I appreciate your time. And I'll keep the outro brief because I know you got stuff to do. By the way, tomorrow's Friday, so if you come across any Florida news, please send it my way because, as you know, on Friday, I only do weird news from Florida. My email is funnyjones@gmail.com, and my Instagram is @funnyjones, so you can send me links if you come across weird stories out of Florida. Please make them from this week. Thank you very much. I believe I left the phone number. If you guys want to call the show because any of these stories triggered you, please feel free to do so. State your name and where you're from, and don't swear. Thank you. That's all I ask. It's a voicemail, by the way, and it's a 3-minute limit. So try and keep it brief if you can. We all appreciate the brief messages. We love them. So call the show if you would like. If you're a first-time caller, say so. I love it. I like to hear first-time caller, long-time listener. You know, that saying that you hear. First-time caller, long-time listener here. Anyways, I want to talk about the vasectomy reversal. You know what I mean? I like that. That's good stuff right there. If you want to support the show by joining my Patreon or buying Jonesy a beer, go to weirdafnews.com. You can join the Patreon, or you can click on buy me a coffee, but, you know, wink, wink. Yeah, I'll buy a beer with it. Why wouldn't I buy a beer with that? I'll buy a beer with that. It's the weekend, guys. Of course I'm going to buy a beer with it. It's not enough to get a Guinness, but, you know, I try and make it work. Those $3 I make go a long way. If you want to give me more money, I have a PayPal. You can make a PayPal donation. funnyjones@gmail.com. It's just my Gmail email. So the price of Guinness in Southern California is about $9. Just letting you know. What's a 4-pack cost? I think I get a 4-pack for $20, right? $15 maybe. Trying to think, when's the last time I bought a 4-pack of Guinness? I don't buy the bottles. It's the cans, guys. I will not drink the Guinness bottles. I refuse. You know, draft is ideal, but sometimes you can't always find it. In that case, I will opt for the cans of Guinness. Anyways, that's because that's my favorite beer. I don't know if that's because I'm part Irish or just because I have great taste. It's hard to put your finger on what it could be, guys. I'm sure we could do a scientific study. I would love to participate in that because that would mean I get to drink a lot of free Guinness, I'd imagine. That would be a great study. It would be the sound of science as I get drunk. It'd be the sound of drunken science. You know, the first ever. Anyways, I'm going too long as I promised I wouldn't. So sorry. We'll see you tomorrow. Florida Friday. Don't forget. And good luck with your life, man.